So I've been doing a lot of thinking here recently. And I think whenever you have life events happen, it tends to really open up your mind and you think. And for people who know me, they know how analytical I am. And sometimes I can be a little too analytical, and sometimes I can analyze things a little too much, but sometimes it comes in handy. And I was thinking about how relationship is give and take. Yet nowadays it seems like it's more take than give. And then I started thinking about how me being a salesman, the thing that I teach is God gives you 2 ears and 1 mouth. And that's because you should listen more than you talk. But what I've never thought is, why would God give you 2 hands? And I started thinking, and again overanalyzing, and what I came up with is that you have 2 hands because God knows that you're going to be in a relationship, and a relationship is give and take. It's supposed to be equal. And you have 1 hand that can give out, and you have 1 hand that can take. And while both hands can be out at the same time, they can both equally be doing the same amount of giving and taking. But if you use both of your hands to continuously try to take, well, then that leaves you with no hands to be able to give. And for some people, don't understand that because your hands get too full. I mean, look at men. How many times you grab 1,000 things of groceries and, you know, you just can't take anything else, you know, and I've just been constantly thinking about that. And so I think a lot of people need to treat their relationship, you know, women especially nowadays, you know, they all about these manis and petties and want their hands to look clean and nice. But what they don't realize is, just because you go to the salon doesn't mean that your hands aren't dirty. And you need to start realizing that you should always use 1 hand to give out and save 1 hand to be able to receive. And when 1 hand goes out, the other one should as well. See, there's a reason why people shake with their right hand. Because a long time ago, before we had toiletries and things of that nature, we would use our left hand to clean ourselves and the right hand to greet. And that should be the same concept. The right hand, the dominant hand for most, should be the one that's doing the giving. Whereas the left hand should be the one that's doing all the receiving. And I hope that this touches a few people, because I know a lot of relationships and people that I talk to and people who call me for advice, it's always the same thing. It's he constantly wants this, he constantly wants that, or she constantly wants this and she constantly wants that. But what I never hear is, I constantly give this, I constantly give that. And in this society of instant gratification, when we want something, we want it now. And when we don't receive it, we go out and look for it. But I bet if you keep your hand out long enough, and the other hand out extended as well, you know, thus the giving and receiving, what you're ultimately wanting to receive, you will receive. Because most likely what you're wanting to receive, you're going to give back. And that's usually what your partner wants as well.